Well, happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you so much for coming here. I can't help it. God makes me want to say. I can't help it. God makes me want to say. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I am loving every living thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. Oh yeah, we're all precious, no one left unborn, and we've all got the same treasure in store. That's why I'm loving every living thing. Sing along. I can't help it. I can't help it. God makes me want to say. Oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to say. Oh, makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I'm believing in my guiding light. No matter what comes along, it always turns out right. Oh, yeah. Just dig down to how you feel. Take a deep breath and grab the wheel. That's why I'm loving for my guiding light. One more time. Oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to say. I can't help it. God makes me want to say. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Makes me feel so good. Oh, makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. One more time. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything.
Boy, are you feeling good? Well, welcome to Mile High, and I also want to welcome those of you who are online to Mile High, and all of us gathered here today. It's a wonderful experience being at Mile High Church, and we have someone who's not a guest. He's part of this incredible family, and we have our very own Dr. Roger Teel with us speaking. And I also want to acknowledge his beautiful, beautiful wife. Yeah.
Erica.
So as you came through the doors today, just knowing that you received this little card, and if you didn't, make sure you receive one when you leave, and it's the gift of the tree. And I'm not going to read it all, but it's a beautiful little poem, and it's a gift from the Sacred Earth Ministry, which Dr. Barry and myself oversee, incredible team. And it's a thank you to all of you who so generously gave money to be able to have new trees on our campus. Yeah, and they're beautiful. So thank you. And this little verse is so beautiful. You might want to put it on your altar because it's going to remind you of the trees around you and how they bless us all. So thank you very, very much. And we know that Mile High Church has a strong vision and mission, so let's recite it from a place of heart. It's up on the screen. Our vision, oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our vision, we just did that. Our mission for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Oh, thank you all. And thank you for that help with that, too. Appreciate it. So we're going to begin our service with stillness and prayer.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
What a joy it is to gather together in the sacred container of prayer this morning. And we just begin to breathe together, to let go, to surrender, and to allow each breath to bring us fully present into this present moment. And in this present moment, I know it is a moment where we touch so deeply the very essence of peace. And I recognize that there is one God, one Spirit, the one life that interconnects all of us, interconnects all that is. And we allow ourselves to breathe into that recognition of that one life right here in this moment. And from this space of touching deeply the very essence of that one life, which at its core, at its root is peace, I know that to be the very truth of our being. And so we tune in to the peace candle that is lit in our room this morning, seeing that pulse of the light and knowing that that pulse filters out into the world, and knowing that that pulse connects us with the light within us, that divine spark within. And as we connect with that light, we become beacons of peace in the world. And so I see this network of life with each breath that we expand into that sense of deep peace. And we send it out into the world. We send it out into our families, into our community. We send it out into the United States of America. We send it out to our beloved planet. And I know that that sense of peace, that right in the world, where there is an experience of fear, where there is an experience of conflict, where there is experience of suffering, right in those places God is. There is one power, and that power is the very essence of the one, and peace. And so we connect with that today, and we feel that essence filtrating through our service. For I know that the Spirit speaks through our beloved Dr. Roger, that we can feel the essence of Spirit in each note that is shared, that it moves through the hands of service that are so giving from the heart today. And I know that this service is blessed, and that it guides us into a sense of leaving here today with a deeper sense of compassion, a deeper connection to our hearts of service, and a remembrance of the one God that is the very truth of who we are. And so I say thank you, Spirit. And I release these words into that alchemy of love and law, feeling and knowing that they are done. And so it is.
You know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church 'cause your mama says so. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal and don't cheat and don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride and always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here is why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. Love you ain't no pickup line. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal and don't cheat, don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride and always stay humble and kind. Oh yeah. When it's hot, eat a root beer popsicle. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sun shine. Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget, turn back around and help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind.
Our words of wisdom today, inspiration, from Frederick Douglass in honor of Juneteenth. Out of a full heart and a sacred emotion, I congratulate you, my friends and fellow citizens, on the high and hopeful condition of the cause of human freedom and the cause of our common country, for these two causes are now one and inseparable and must stand or fall together. It is difficult for us who have toiled so long and hard to believe that this event, so incredible, so far-reaching and glorious, is even now at the door. It surpasses our most enthusiastic hopes that we live at such a time and are likely to witness the downfall, at least legal downfall, of slavery in America. It is a moment for joy, thanksgiving, and pride, and may this live forever.
Right. Where are the dreams that we once had? Isn't it time to bring them back? What were the promises caught on the tips of our tongue? Do we forget or forgive? There's a whole lot of life just waiting to be lived when we're brave enough to talk with conviction of the heart. And down your streets I've walked alone, as if my feet were not my own. Such is the path I've shown, doors I have opened and closed. You've heard it hundreds of times. You say you're aware, believe and you care, but do you care enough? Where's your conviction of the heart? With the earth, with the sky, one with everything in life. I believe this is God. If we only try, how long must we all wait to change this world bound in chains that we live in? To know what it is to forgive and be forgiven. Too many years have taken now. Isn't it time to stop somehow? Air that's too angry to breathe, and water our children can't drink. You've heard it hundreds of times. You say you're aware, believe and you care, but do you care enough? Where's your conviction of the heart?
Tom. Yes, I love that song.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom Litch and the Mile High Extraordinaries. How cool is that? Good morning. Oh, it is so wonderful to be back with you here in the greatest church God ever imagined. Yes, and welcome to those of you who are watching online, including my beloved father-in-law and mother-in-law, Erica's folks, Bob and Millie Smith, who watch every Sunday in the center where they're living in Sherman Oaks, California, in the media room. Love to you all and all of you online. Yeah, and love to so many folks. Doctors James and Deborah Rouse in the house. Yes. And board member Kumar Dandavati all the way from Hawaii. And I think I'll just forgo the sermon and just name all the people I love that I see out here. Oh, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. It's so wonderful to see all of you and to be back here. Erica and I looked forward to coming back here to escape a little bit of the heat in Arizona, but then you guys are boiling up here. Now, what's up with that? Come on now. At any rate, we're loving our new home, really absolutely loving it. And but, of course, we miss Mile High and miss our kids and grandkids, and it's always wonderful to be back. So wonderful. All right. So, lately I've been dwelling a lot in the hereafter. I wander into a room and I say, Roger, what the heck are you here after? Why are you here? By the way, I want to pause here for a moment. Having said that, I'll get back to that. But I have just noticed Stephen West, and some of you who go way back here, who go way back, know that for a brief time we were privileged to have Stephen West as our artistic director and principal soloist here at Mile High. Yes. And then he left and went to Michigan and is a professor there. Get up here for a moment. Get up here for a moment. Hey, brother. My God, Stephen. Hey, great to see you. What in the world are you doing here?
Well, my daughter Eden and I are here. She's a marvelous pianist, and we are going to sing a performance for Allied Arts, which is a supporter of young artists that supported me some 50 years ago. And so we're just doing, for their 100th anniversary, we're doing a concert this afternoon at Columbine Country Club.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Excuse me, one second.
Gosh, what a joy to see you here.
Thank you.
Sound in a good voice.
Well, yeah. It's in the hereafter as well.
Yes, all right. I love you. So good you're here.
Thank you.
Say hi to Amy and the kids. Wow. So as I was saying, there was a 12th century priest who was also the abbot of his monastery, a mystic, and later made saint. And that was Bernard, Saint Bernard. Now, you thought Saint Bernard was the dog who dispensed spirit through the little keg. But no, there was a saint prior to that, Saint Bernard. And he always had a sign hung above his door. Bernard, why are you here? He wanted to go out into the world absolutely clear about his ultimate purpose. And I'm bringing that to us today. For all of us, I ask, why are you here? Why are you here? It's an opportunity to get in touch with the ultimate purpose at the heart and soul of all of our lives. So to begin with, I think it's important to discern why we're not here. And the best way to discern that with profound clarity is to imagine that you're breathing your final breaths before leaving the body, temple. Obviously moving your consciousness into a highly expanded state of awareness. And it becomes clear in that kind of moment that you're not here to climb all the ladders of success that are dangled before us like a carrot dangled before us. That's not why you're here, climbing those ladders. That you are not here you weren't here to make all this money in your life. It's not about the money you had or you lost or you now have. It has not been about the possessions that you have acquired, the toys, the houses, whatever they may be. It also becomes clear in a moment like that that your life wasn't about competing, really. We're wired up in our society that it's all about competing, that it's all about winning, besting others. But in a moment like that, you realize, was that really what I was here for? No. Nor was I here just to beat the system. For many, that's their biggest endeavors. How can I beat the system, whatever system it is? Recently, I read that the curmudgeon W.C. Fields, who was also overindulged most of the time, was seen, ironically, reading the Bible one day, coursing through the Bible, and his shocked friend said, "Why are you reading the Bible?" And he said, "I'm looking for loopholes." And we're not here just to look for the loopholes in this life. There's something deeper and more profound. We in that moment will realize that we're not here also to achieve a kind of status or a prestige, that our importance is overranked, that we're not here for that. We're not here. The ego loves the idea that we're going to be important and wants to cling to that. But we begin to realize that's not our deepest purpose. And in that space, as we're close to moving into another dimension, we'll probably also get it that we weren't here to earn God's love either. That it wasn't about that love was omnipresent. That we weren't here to be saved. That's a theological strategy in ploy. But that we've always been in the embrace of an unconditional love. Behold, I've loved you with an everlasting love. And we'll get that. So none of that is why we've been here. Now, there will be those who would suggest that we're all here to move forward on our own unique path of expression. And that's a plausible possibility for that, for our purpose. Because we are all unique. Some of you are even more unique than others. And so being unique, there has to be an inherent drive in us to fulfill more of that uniqueness. Just as the acorn feels the drive to express the unique oak that is a part of its own essence. Ernest Holmes, our founder, suggested that each one of us is an adventure that the Creator dreamed up, an adventure the Creator seeks to have. That life is experiencing itself uniquely as you. Which begs the question then, are you showing God a good time on this life, if that's so? In fact, Dr. Holmes said, God has need of you, else you wouldn't be. You would not be. And so there is some clarity in that we're here to fulfill and to express more of our uniqueness. And yet I want to suggest today that there's an even more foundational, deep purpose that we all share. An ultimate purpose. And that when we grasp that purpose and activate it and energize it in our lives, then everything that we're about, the dreams, the goals, the personal callings, is lifted to another level of excellence and power and impact. Now, I could just come right out and blurt it out, but that would not be very crafty or ministerial of me. So there is a song that expresses it beautifully, and lucky for you, I'm not going to sing it. Tom is going to sing this song. This song was inspired years ago by Ram Dass's story of going to his guru and asking, how can I possibly go back to the materialistic West, having spent so much time here in India with you? How can I go back, having discovered who I really am? And his guru said, it's simple, it's simple. Love everyone, serve everyone, and remember God. Just do that. And this has become a song. And it begins asking the question, why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come? And then it lays out a possibility I invite you to take into your hearts. Tom?
Why have you come to earth, do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, to serve and remember, to love, serve and remember, to love, serve and remember, love.
To love, serve, and remember. We're all about a lot of different things uniquely in our lives, and yet we share that calling that we are here to open our hearts. No matter what we do with that, we're here to infuse heart energy into our enterprises. And if we don't, those enterprises end up being flawed or anemic. And yet when we bring our hearts and when we give ourselves in service, then life gets lifted up. Everything we do gets touched with the Master's hand, gets touched with magic in it. To love, serve, and remember. That's you. That's you. Sing it again, Tom.
To love, to serve and remember, to love, to serve and remember, just to love. Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? And why have you taken birth? Why have you come? You can sing if you like. To love, to serve and remember, to love, to serve and remember, just to love, to serve and remember, to love, to serve and remember, just to love.
Yeah. Doesn't that ring true in your heart? That's the superior purpose that has the capacity of animating everything in our life, amplifying everything in our life, providing direction where there seems not to be. In the Bible it says, "Who knows but that thou art called to the kingdom for such a time as this?" It's been pretty clear to me in my spiritual studies and inner growth that when the great master teacher said, "In my Father's house are many dimensions," he was giving us a template for the ongoingness of life. He was helping us understand that this is merely a room in the mansion, this dimension. And that when we transition, when we move on, leaving this body, we'll move into a more rarefied dimension, and more rarefied beyond that. Each imbued with its own particular lessons, each a certain kind of school for us to experience. So we're in this dimension, which has been variously described as very dense, as very thick, mostly because it's imbued with the sense as consciousness is seeking to evolve. It's kind of stuck at a place where it has come to believe in separation. The subject-object split works with us. It's always life that is different than me. And from that sense of separation, despite the fact that we are a part of a unified field of life, a unified spirit, the ego gets stuck in a sense of separation. And out of that separation emerges deep and sometimes toxic fear. And so many people on the planet are leading fear-based lives, born of the training that we have had through our senses and our cultures in separation. Separation from God, separation from source, separation from one another, separation from all of creation. And we walk in this bubble of a sense of separation. And out of that, Dr. Holmes, our founder, suggests, emerge all of the ills that we face personally and collectively. We are here to learn this lesson and to accept this purpose, that we're here to let love lead us out of separation and out of fear. As it's written, perfect love casts out fear. Casts out fear. It transcends it. So we're here to be in this world, but not of it. And the way we're not of this world, and its divisiveness, its rancor, its toxicity, and its fear, is to love, serve, and remember God. That nothing that's going on can finally subvert or block that. And that we're responsible, every one of us, to be that activity. Not to wait for it to change, the world to change, but to be the change we wish to see in the world, as it has been said. And yet this is a glorious purpose, because as I've suggested, everything is uplifted. You may today be hurting. I know there are some of you there. You may be struggling. You may be down. What I want you to know is that if you can hook on to this and open your heart and find a way to serve and remember that you're not alone, you're going to grow. Things are going to shift. And it won't be like you're just waiting for things to change for you to feel better. You're going to start energizing something within you that's going to start transforming it all. With all my heart, I invite you to claim that for yourself, so you don't have to suffer and you can begin to see life shift, and it will. And there are plenty of practitioners to help you in prayer around that, right here. Or maybe you're just sort of feeling numbed, just drifting, listless, maybe purposeless. Maybe you've had a big change in your life. And what's life now all about? I invite you to the same elixir. It's time to love in a deeper, richer way. To love your path, to love your potential, to love life, and to find a way to serve. And see new purpose emerge for you. Now, what I know when I say love, serve, and remember, I think it needs a little more strategic energy to it, or clarity to it. In terms of being able to love, we have to first of all free up. Free up. We have to free up the congestion and the blockages in our hearts. Because we take on a lot. We take on judgments, biases, prejudices, blocks to our loving. And it begins with emptying that. We must empty that. We take on anger, self-pity, victimhood. And in order to do this love, serve, and remember lifestyle, we've got to empty that stuff. Be willing to give it up, because we're opening up to something greater that can flow in and through us. What is it time for you to forgive? High time. If you really want to see the power of loving, serving, and remembering at work in your life, you've got to let that stuff go. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, remembering that nothing anyone ever said or did has the power to permanently diminish you. So imagine releasing that and being free and clean and open. And then, having freed up, you can take the next step to link up. And that is to trust that it's safe to open your heart. And that you can link up you can actually seek to make deeper, richer connections in your life, maybe in existing relationships, and most certainly in new ones, that you link up and you bring new energy to those, having cleaned out the junk. You can link up purposefully. And then in so doing, you can light up life around you. That's why the great teacher said, you are the light of the world. Don't wait for it. Be it. You are the light of the world. Let your light so shine that others may see. Okay? When we serve, it's important to understand that our service must be at a level of equality with whom we're serving. Ram Dass wrote a book, How Can I Help? And he also points this out, that if we're serving from a sense of superiority, helping somebody who's less than, and seeing them as less than, or incompetent, or incapable, or not enough, and we're going to lift them out, we're not really serving. But when we work with ourselves and shift our perspective to see them as the face of God, fully competent, fully capable, fully beloved, fully whole, and we honor them at that level, and in fact thank them for the privilege of serving, then we become a conduit for good to come forth. And so that's how we light up this life and this world, by serving and remembering God at the same time. That it's God serving God. And it becomes a beautiful and a wonderful thing. I'm jazzed about this because it's time in our world that more of us take responsibility for our personal universe, and that we become together a wave cresting out in the ocean of a shift in consciousness. And I know that sometimes it has to get darker before the light is purely seen. But we can be that light. Every one of us. If we take that shared purpose to love, serve, and remember, then our unique purposes and callings will be taken to an ever higher level of impact and effectiveness. I want to close this with a beautiful overarching illustration. I've followed this young lady for a number of years and am so impressed with her. Her name is Maggie Doyne. Maggie Doyne. It was back in 2005. She was 18. And she writes, I was 18 and I didn't know what I wanted to be or do, didn't know who I was on the inside. I thought that by traveling the world outside of New Jersey, where I was from, that I'd know more about myself and the world and be able to figure out my path and my direction. So Maggie set out on travels. Fourth country in on her travels, she found herself in Nepal, in a little war-torn village in Nepal. There'd been a civil war going on. And to her horror and shock, she saw refugee little children out breaking rock to create gravel so they could sell that gravel for a few rupees and get a little something to eat. She was horrified by that. And then her eyes locked on one particular little girl with shining, sparkling eyes named Hema. And here's a picture of Hema taken by her in that moment. This little girl looked up at Maggie and said, Namaste, Didi, which means hello and blessings, sister. Her heart flew wide open. There's no way Maggie could walk away from that child. She took her in, fed and housed her, and then paid the $7 it took to get her into school. And then that child became another child and another and another and another. And then a year after being there, she convinced her parents to wire her life savings, $5,000 she'd made babysitting, wire that to her so that she could purchase a piece of land in Nepal. And so then in 2007, just 2 years after being there, along with one other person, she spearheaded the creation of the Copilla Valley Children's Home for Orphans and started her work. She also created her Blink Now Foundation to resource her work. And then in 2010, 5 years after being there, at the ripe old age of 23, she opened a school which today teaches more than 400 children in that area on a sprawling campus that includes a women's empowerment center and a health center. Amazing. In 2015, CNN gave her the Hero of the Year award. The Dalai Lama gave her the Unsung Hero of Compassion honor. She's been featured on a New York Times Magazine cover article. But she's just a simple young lady who decided that she would follow her heart in the deepest, most powerful way. In 2022, she wrote her book, Between the Mountain and the Sky. And here's a picture of Maggie Doyne with some of her kids. What a radiant, beautiful soul. I want to share some of her words. The biggest misconception is that humanitarianism is inaccessible, that it's not something everyone can do. But in humanitarianism is human, and it's just about caring for human beings and treating everyone as your family. Everyone can care about humans, and especially about kids. We can all be kind and help each other. And she has some lofty advice, this not even 35-year-old. She tells us, keep your heart open. Love more. Love each other. Love yourself. I wish that all people remembered every single day that we are one human family. That we're the grown-ups in the room, and we get to decide how our children and future generations will live on this earth with every decision and action that we make and take. Maggie Doyne, who let loving, serving in a sense of the Spirit propel her in a magnificent way. And that's available to you and me to uplift our lives, to help change things. There's probably 1,000 people in this room. Of course, as a minister, I always see bigger numbers than they tell me are here. But I choose to believe myself. All of these points of light going into your personal universe, realizing, oh, I'm here. I am here to love, to empty out, to free up. I'm here to link up, not hide out. And I'm here to light up life around me. And somehow when I just have the courage to do that, the courage and clarity to do that, everything else is going to fall into place. And everything I aspire to do will be magnificently blessed. Hear that? I invite you to be that. Let's have a prayer together. To love, serve, and remember God. We are each a point of transformational energy. We let go of thoughts of littleness, of not being capable, certainly of being unworthy. We let that go. All the trappings of a lower consciousness we are emerging out of, like the butterfly out of the cocoon. This day, may our hearts warm. May we let go of all that has clogged up the circuits of love. Feel it happening. You can let that stuff go. Yeah, you can. It's a new day. There's no accident that you're here. Sense your heart opening and the Spirit within saying, welcome home, my child. You wandered into separation, got caught up in fear and hurt, of trying too hard, of pushing and forcing. Welcome home to who you are. Love in action. A luminous light being. Welcome home. Receive strength. Feel it flowing into you. Receive comfort. Receive new energy. Let your consciousness soar beyond former limits. Soar into my possibilities, which are endless and magnificent. For thou art my beloved child, in whom I am well pleased. So may we know together this day that we're exactly the people we need to be. More than our past, more than our circumstances, more than the limits anybody might place upon us. We are just the people we need to be, for we are emanations of God life. And now we plug back in, letting our hearts warm, our energies well up. Our vision is expanding, and life is moving afresh within us. And I affirm it is guiding us and leading us forward on this day into our greater yet to be. And I know it's wondrous. It's a beautiful experience, and it's a great gift to the world. We simply, humbly, yet compellingly seek to be and to love, serve, and remember God. And in this consciousness, we speak our word, embracing in consciousness that peace can never be destroyed, that peace is a spiritual reality that is present everywhere upon our planet, and no matter what circumstances or fearful actions ever transpire, that this peace survives. It's imbued with love and high and right action. And we affirm this and stand with this day as we make it manifest in our own personal universe. It's good and very good. May we rejoice and give thanks, and now just let it be and become. And so it is. And amen.
Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, serve and remember, to love, to serve and remember, to love, to serve and remember, just to love.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Thomas. Erica and I remain great advocates for Mile High Church. And one of the ways we can love, serve, and remember is to really take good care of this church and to expand its abundance energy. And in so doing, hear me, that will take over our own lives and expand it as well. This place is important. This ministry is vital. There's nothing quite like it anywhere. And it's our gift. And we get to enjoy it in person or online. So I'm inviting you into bold givingness this day as a part of the ways that you can love, serve, and remember. I'm inviting you into bold givingness, which is inviting you into your greater potential as an outlet for spirit. And yeah, I've got a desire that this church prosper, but don't we all? So let's enjoy this and have fun. And those of you watching online, don't be inactive in this. Dive into the privilege and the opportunity in this moment to give greatly to this ministry, which these incredible technical people here do such a phenomenal job. Erica and I watch every Sunday and marvel at the incredible work these people do to deliver such a high-quality thing out into our world. This is good stuff that's going on here. Let's make it all happen at a higher and higher level and see what happens in our own lives as we do. Let's take that gift in our hand, or any way that you choose to give, make that commitment, and let's declare together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
you can't find what you need. You get a little helpless from the burden. You get a little worn down in between. Like a bull chasing a matador, as a man left to his own schemes. Everybody needs someone to ride them, shining like a lighthouse from the sea. Brother, let me be your shelter, I'll never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. I'll be the one to light your way, bring you home. Face down in the desert now, there's a man wrapped around my heart. I found a way to drop my keys where my failures fell. Now my hands can't reach that far. I ain't made for this rivalry. I can never face the world alone. I know that in my weakness you are strong, so it's your love that takes me home. Brother, let me be your shelter, I'll never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. I'll be the one to light your way, bring you home. And when you call and need me near, say where I've gone, brother, I'm right here. And on those days when the nights begin to fall, you're the blood of my blood, we can get through it all. Brother, let me be your shelter, I'll never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. I'll be the one to light your way, bring you home. Brother, let me be your fortress, never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your shelter when the night winds are driving on. I'll be the one to light your way, bring you home. I'll be the one to light your way, bring you home.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, band. Oh, we appreciate you, Tom, and we appreciate this gentleman right here, Dr. Roger Teel. Incredible message today. And if any of you are here for the first time, welcome to Mile High. It's always like this every week. It's wonderful. And I'll be out at the Welcome Center. We have a special little packet if you're brand new, so stop by. And also our practitioners are coming. They're down front here. And if prayer is calling to you, please make yourself available to one of them. And also we have a couple announcements. Valerie Kaur, we were just talking, we're reading her book, we're loving it. We can't wait for her to be here. So if you want to sign up early, you can do that at our event center. And also, we have the midweek renewal this coming Wednesday, and I will be facilitating that in the Vote Auditorium over there. I almost said the Teel Sanctuary. And I'd love to have you there. And also, we have one more fun thing next week. It's a Pride Parade. And now we have Reverend Kay Johnson to speak to us.
Thanks, Patty. Yes, if you have any kind of illness on your mind or conflict with a person or anything at all on your mind, I would encourage you to think about coming to the Healing Intention Circles next Saturday morning in the community center. A small group of 8 to 10 people will love you, they will serve your intention at the highest level, and they will help you remember that with the Divine Spirit, all things are possible. And so make space for that if you can, just as if it were medicine, because in fact, it is. So next Saturday morning, 10 to 12, Community Center, the Healing Intention Circles. Thank you.
Yay, love it. Let's stand for the peace song and the benediction. Love and blessings, you beautiful souls. Hearts are always with you. We go forth now, fully empowered for our shared purpose to love, serve, and remember with great intensity, passion, and fervor. And we are a transforming change agent. This moment and every moment now and always. And so it is. Amen.